What up everyone? We are back with another modifying the Ford Maverick video. Today we have a pretty sick video. We have a new part for the truck that's going to help us utilize the truck for what we bought it for, the rough country bed cover. They just kind of released this one. It's their flip up bed cover that lets you utilize the full length of the bed. And that's really important to me because we haul e-bikes, motorcycles. I need to use the already kind of shorter bed and the full length of it on the Maverick. So super stoked that Rough Country came out with this flip-up bed cover that lets you utilize the full length. And they've been one of the OGs, like ever since the beginning when the Maverick came out. They were quick on releasing some of the off-road components, suspension components, and bed covers. So I really hope this thing performs well. We're gonna put it through the test. But we're going to be doing an unboxing, we're going to be installing, and then we're going to put it through a torture test. We're going to take a road trip with it and do a lot of off-roading. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so first step is we got to get this massive thing unboxed. Looks like it was shipped pretty nicely, pretty secure. Let's get into it. All right. All right, so let's check out what's in the box. All right, so it looks pretty professional. Got some directions. I guess this is what we're looking to make sure that the box includes here. First thing I have here are the foam strippings. These are meant to keep the elements out, so we'll be sticking these onto the truck before we actually install the bed cover itself. All right, what else do we have in here? Looks like these are the drain tubes to drain water from the side panels. One of the side panels. Ugh. Another one, since there's two sides of the truck. And it looks like we got our hardware box. And the bed cover itself. Not too heavy. So I'm gonna be doing a little unwrapping here. They did a fantastic job making sure the stuff stays unscuffed, but it's gonna take me a while to unwrap all these, so I'll be right back. Whew. Thing looks pretty nice. A lot of plastic though. All right, so now that we got it all unpacked, here are the directions. And if you look closely here, this first page is gonna give you all the material we're gonna need, or all the pieces and parts. And it even has the torque specs down here on what you're gonna torque this stuff down to. Opening it up, it gives you step-by-step directions here. First page goes over the different brackets you're gonna have, and then step-by-step instructions. Pay attention if you do have the Ford Maverick. There are a couple bolded points in here that'll explain differences when you're installing on the Ford Maverick here. But let's get to it. We're gonna go step-by-step and install the cover. One important part that you don't wanna miss, since you're gonna be attaching like double-sided tape to specifically this part right here, we're going to be attaching that weatherproof seal here. So we want to make sure it's perfectly clean so that adhesive adheres to the truck. So we're just wiping it down, making sure it's spotless. Also this part, since we're attaching, rail and a bed cover here, we want to kind of clean it up just so underneath is not dirty. So we'll be wiping it down as well. So the first and easiest step is going to be installing this weatherproofing, the bulkhead seal here. You'll see along the line here, we're going to start right where the paint stops and starts here. The rail is going to come up to this point, and we're going to install this guy down the whole length here. Stuff is sticky. Holy moly. Be careful with this stuff. It is super sticky. Not as easy as I thought, actually. This may be the hard part of the install, getting this straight.
You sure about that?
As long as it's there, it'll seal up. But once it's on there, it seems to be on there. Mine is not very straight at all, but as long as it does the job. Looks like we're gonna have to, they provide extra length on this and you'll just have to cut it off where it ends. So we're gonna cut off right around here, right where the plastic meets the paint. And again, with this Mora knife, this thing is so sharp, so sick, it should be able, it's just cutting right through it like butter. But I don't want to go into the plastic underneath. Boom. All right, so we're good to go. All right, so there's the bulkhead seal installed. From here, all the way to there. Now that we have the bulkhead seal installed, we're gonna move on to the rails. The rails, again, they're marked. You can see that says left. Left is gonna be driver's side. And also, you want this part right here, this is gonna be closer to the cabin. So on your rails, they'll both have these drain holes. That's gonna be close to the cabin. So I'm gonna install this one, or at least place this one on the truck where it goes. So we have the left side here. We're going to place it up on here. And actually it stays pretty nicely. You know, these weatherproofing, this has like some kind of rubberized coating on the bottom, so it kind of sticks to the rail. If you come up here, you can kind of see where these are gonna meet. The only problem area is probably gonna be here for water, but we'll put, again, they have the hole here for drainage. I may put some more of this stuff right here too, just to give it an extra seal. All right, so here we have all the clamps spread out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 for each side of the bed. Here are the clamps and the hardware used. So we have all the parts. Now it's just time to figure out how we put these clamps together. And one part that was confusing to me is there are 2 different styles of the sides of the bracket. So each set needs these 2 sides. The one with the hole and then the one with this slot. So that took me a while. I had like 2 of these put together and I was like, how does this work? But each one will take the 2 different styles, but let's put one together. So we have our 2 pieces of the bracket. This one with the slot, you're gonna just put it over this guy. So you want the hole right there facing outwards. Then you're gonna take this guy, feed it in and screw it into the opposing hole, just like that. And now you'll take this guy and you're gonna throw it right in there. So essentially, here is your bracket. We are ready to do the passenger side of the vehicle, or the right-hand side. We have our rail, our drain tube, and then our 3 brackets. All right, so we have our right side rail. We're gonna place it up here. We're gonna push it up against the cab, and on the side of the vehicle, kind of stay there on its own without touching it. But we're gonna bracket up now. So we have our assembled clamp here, and this piece right here, we have to get stuck up in the rail here, and we have this cutoff here. There are cutoffs on the rails, so we're gonna slide it up, and then on this one, we're gonna go back, and once we're in there, we're gonna start twisting and clamping down. All right, so we're gonna take the included Allen wrench and just start tightening this down. All right, hand tight that way, and now we're going to really give it a good crank. All right, and now let's tighten it from the bottom as well. All right, so this guy is securely in there. Now, we're gonna take our other 2, and we have another cutoff in the middle here, right here, another cutoff there, and then one in the front here. So we're gonna take our second clamp, throw it in there, slide it over. And I won't waste your time in showing me tightening these, but yeah, you're just gonna be throwing them up in the cutouts here. If I can get this one in here. Boom, slide it in. Love not using power tools. All right, one important thing though. Here's our drain plug as we were talking about earlier. You'll see here, it looks like we have a brass little drain tube that you'll connect this to. You'll push this guy up here. Looks like it's a pretty good tight fit. That's for sure. Ooh, even more fun, some more hand tightening. And remember, I'm a very novice installer of anything. So if I could do it, you certainly can, because I'm a, I don't know, ADHD guy that can't concentrate on anything. But if I can get through this 20-minute install, you can too. Look at that. Our drain tube, how innovative. All right, now to show you all my muscles, or lack thereof. Ugh. All right, so here comes the tricky part. We're gonna be aligning the bed cover with the seal and everything we did up by the cabin. So just kind of trying to align this thing on the rails here. Gonna flip it down. Ooh, it sounds like it's clicking into place, so at least we know we are semi-successful here. But now to figure out how to mount this front portion. All right, so we have this thing put up here. The tricky part now is where you bolt down the bed cover to the area up next to the cabin here. You need to align it. I was first looking at the drain hole, like that where it would be screwing it into, but just remember that's a water drain hole. Really, it's gonna be these slots here that you'll be aligning with this guy here. All right, so we have the last of our hardware here. This is how we're gonna seal the bed cover to the front area next to the cabin. These are gonna go into the top of the bed cover, and gonna tighten down with these from the bottom, and then throw these on there, and then also cap them afterwards, I believe. Let's go test it and see if it works. All right, there's our bolt that we bolted in from the top, or we just pushed in from the top. All right, so we have this dangling hook here. I believe we're just going to attach it to this hole here, and that's just a secure, like an extra secure thing for the making sure the bed stays attached, or the bed cover attaches to the truck or stays attached. Boom. So you just clip that on to the hole. All right, so we just put the handle on the bolt here, and now we're just going to twist her on. And we're actually going to be putting both of these on pretty tight onto each side. We're going to make sure that the bed cover functions correctly before we really torque it down. All right, we're going to flip this down and see if it kind of aligns up. It sounds good, like it's connected. Woo. Close the bed. Cool. All right, so we're lined up. We're gonna go put the wing nuts on and cap it up, and then we'll test this thing out. You get nice and tight in here. Such a joy. Nice and personal with your truck. Don't forget to do this hook. All right, so we're about there. All right, so now that we have the bed cover installed and it's been tested, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of the looks, how it looks like on the truck. It's very low profile. You hardly know it's there. It's great. It's a great looking bed cover. I love how it works. I love how you just go under and you could just pinch from one side and start flipping these back. Very easy to use, very convenient. You can rest it there. Oh, and by the way, I did add the extra piece of this sealant here that we used up by the cabin, the bulkhead seal they call it, to rest against the light as you flop open the bed cover. And then I don't know if I've showed this part of it, but this is how much space you have to use in your bed after installing this cover. So you're only losing maybe a couple inches of space in the bed. So the flip up bed cover is definitely the way to go if you want to keep the space you have in your cargo box or your bed. And then you could always throw these, when you're using the bed cover flipped up, you just secure it with these fasteners here. Oops. All right. Sorry, I had that off camera, but there it is. So if you're utilizing the bed to its fullest with the bed cover installed, that's how she looks there. So most space there, but I would definitely recommend this thing. This thing is great. All right, guys, so it's been a couple weeks since I installed the bed cover on the truck here. I wanted to wait a couple weeks till I put out this video to make sure I really gave the bed cover real review. We even took the truck out on a road trip out to Arizona and did a lot of off-roading just to see how the bed cover would hold up during those circumstances. But I'm gonna report back that the bed cover did amazingly. You know, the thing is perfect. It's low profile, looks really sleek. During highway speeds, it stays flat. It doesn't get any flapping or wobbling in the wind. During off-roading, it kept all the dust out. And it stayed secured to the truck. So I can't say enough good things about the rough country trifold, hard trifold flip up bed cover, I think they call it. It's a great bed cover. I would recommend it. I think the only competition is the back flip, but the back flip is like 30 to 35% more expensive. So I'm gonna have to give the win to the rough country. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned to the next video. Hopefully I can put out some more interesting content. And thank you guys.